Have you ever woken up bursting with plans, swearing today you finally conquer the gym, tackle the side hustle, text that friend back, and by midnight you're still glued to the couch, crumbs on your chest, auto-playing the 6th straight episode? You swear an invisible burglar broke in and stole the hours, yet the front door was locked from the inside. What if the thief is living rent-free behind your own eyes, wearing your slippers, whispering, "Relax, we'll start tomorrow"? That shape-shifting intruder is what Carl Jung called the shadow. The parts of you you've exiled because teachers labeled them destructive, parents deemed them embarrassing, or culture stamped them unholy. You pushed the wildness into the basement and bolted the door, but it never stopped breathing. Now it creeps upstairs at night, flips through your spreadsheets, and rewires your alarm clock. You're not lazy. You're haunted by unclaimed power that retaliates whenever you pretend it's dead. Think back to childhood. Maybe you were scolded for bragging, so confidence was shoved into a crate marked arrogant. Maybe your anger frightened someone you loved, so rage was wrapped in duct tape, labeled bad. Decade by decade, the basement filled with boxes of outlawed emotions: lust, ambition, competitiveness, grief, until the floor groaned under secrets. You grew into an adult admired for being calm and agreeable, yet certain goals evaporate in your hands like dry ice. That's the shadow exacting its hidden tax. Self-sabotage is the shadow's handwriting. You promise to study for an exam, then scroll until dawn. You date the same heartbreak in a different body. You laugh at your talents before anyone else can criticize them. Jung warned, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Translation: keep blaming luck if you like, but the puppeteer's pulling strings from inside your ribcage. The shadow isn't evil, it's energy. An acorn cracks its shell with raw force. Call that will to power, call it life's insistence on more. If that force is denied sunlight, it tunnels sideways, toppling fences instead of growing a tree. Suppress anger and it mutates into passive aggression. Smother desire and it oozes out as envy. Starve pride and it whispers you're worthless until you agree. Look closer at 3 everyday disguises. Perfectionism looks virtuous, but it's fear wearing a lab coat. You produce nothing because a draft can't be mocked. Self-deprecating humor charms crowds while teaching your nervous system that ridicule is safer when you start it. Chronic fresh starts feel hopeful, but reset the scoreboard before you can fail or succeed. Why hire the enemy? Because the familiar pain of stuckness feels safer than the unknown altitude of achievement. Neuroscientists call it homeostasis, your body guards balance, even if balance equals misery. Like a thermostat set to lukewarm, the moment you heat up with possibility, the shadow cranks the AC. Quick, binge sugar, doom scroll, pick a fight, anything to restore normal. Familiar sadness beats unfamiliar freedom. So how do you turn the burglar into a bodyguard? Invite it upstairs. Shadow work isn't a seance, it's a conversation. Start with envy. The people who irritate you may point to talents you buried. Does a podcast success bug you? Perhaps your voice is gagged in the basement. Does his messy passion annoy you? Maybe your creativity is starving. List 3 names that spark envy and write the qualities you begrudge. That's a treasure map to exiled gold. Next, track triggers. Each time your chest tightens, when a colleague brags, when a partner is late, pause 2 breaths and ask, what rejected part of me is speaking? The goal isn't analysis paralysis, it's recognition. A seen shadow calms like a child whose name is finally pronounced correctly. Then craft the Phoenix contract. At dawn, or whatever hour feels solemn, write one self-sabotage pattern on paper. I delay projects until panic. Burn or tear it, watching smoke twist into sky. On fresh paper, draft the counter oath. I honor momentum with ugly first drafts. Sign it, post it, Ritual is a memo to the unconscious, delivered in a language older than words. Stoic Emperor Marcus Aurelius called the mind an inner citadel. Storms batter walls, but strength lives in the keep. Each time you honor the phoenix contract, you lay a stone. Soon the citadel hums with silent confidence. People sense it. Some draw nearer, some flee. Both outcomes are upgrades. You no longer need to shout boundaries. Your presence carves them. Expect turbulence. The first week, exhaustion may surge. Decades of bottled emotion hitting daylight is jet lag for the soul. Treat yourself like an athlete in training. Hydrate, walk, sleep. Guilt will hiss that loving yourself is selfish. Answer with action, not debate. Cook a dinner that tastes like care. Call a friend who roots for you. Decline the invitation that smells of corrosion. Each refusal is a rep. Each acceptance, a stretch. Picture 6 months ahead. You wake early because curiosity, not alarm clocks, lifts you. Deadlines are met without adrenaline hangovers. You say no with warmth, yes with integrity, silence with comfort. The shadow is still here, but it sits at the table, hands visible, offering honest dissent that enriches plans rather than demolishing them. That's partnership. Maybe you fear losing friends who liked the compliant version of you. Some will drift, but space invites kindred spirits. You'll recognize each other by the way conversations feel like oxygen, not smoke. And when old temptations whisper, skip the workout, text the ex, you'll hear them like echoes in a hallway, noticeable but ignorable. Remember, conflict avoided is sculpture uncarved. Friction turns stone into a face, cocoa into chocolate, coal into diamond. The shadow brings the chisel. Work with it, not against it. Self-betrayal ends tonight. If you liked this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, and comment what you liked about the video. Your share might be the torch another viewer needs. Let's face the shadow together. Then teach it to build, not break.